How's it going, guys? It's Brugus here and welcome to another Heroes of History Epic Empire video. Today I'm going to talk about the team composition and basically building a team that is going to lead you to further in the progress in this game. Now, Heroes of History team buildings look simple when you stack random legendary together, but most Heroes of History players are losing fights because of this, because they built around Rarity instead of battlefield rows. So something that, I think everybody's guilty over is when they're building their team, they look the Rarity. Now, obviously, by power, you can go and select it and it's going to give you all of the, okay, maybe it's going to be by star and it's going to give me all of the legendary heroes that I'm right now having. So this is actually the first trap, is when a person get the legendary hero, he want to use it, okay? And he's basically building around this legendary hero. It's like he find the diamond at the end of the day. But in this game, the things are a little more... Oh, sorry about that. It's a little more different. Now, your legendary team is losing for a reason. Many of Heroes of History players stack random 5-star without battlefield structure, and I can give an example. For example, imagine if you are fighting against heroes that are single target and you decide to go with, let's say, the legendary heroes I'm having. Against a single target shooters, maybe Medusa is not going to be the right pick. Caesar is a tank, so he's going to be always a right pick. Ashoka, one healer, Maria Curie is not going to be a good pick against a single target shooters or against heroes. Now, there is a specific situation where definitely Maria Curie is going to help you. I really don't want to see in the comment, but Maria Curie this on that. She's good. She's a S tier. Don't get me wrong, but she's not that good for the arena. Period. So in this case, against the heroes, you maybe want to use some manipulators like Medusa. You want to have your front lines by using Caesar, and you want to have, for example, one healer. But what if it's not the heroes? The majority of the cases we're fighting against troops. Imagine using a heal against cluster of troops. Well, this is definitely not going to help you, because this bad boy is shooting and hitting a single target, and you're facing against 100 troops. Okay, maybe not 100, let's say 50 troops. Well, this bad boy is going to die and it's not going to be that helpful for you. It's a legendary hero. It's a very good one, but it's a single striker at the end of the day. So you can even get little description over the heroes when you click over them. Right here, single striker. Single strike deals large amount of damage to single targets. If we go over the manipulator awaken and control enemies. Obviously the defenders is going to defend and protect and all these things. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you stack a random legendary hero, you just need one of them, for example, against big cluster of enemy, to actually have Achilles there. You're basically like 20% out from this combat, because one hero is like 20% from your whole composition. Sometimes you just need to build the synergy there. Now, legendary rarity does not automatically create combat synergy or survivability. Definitely, teams without tanks co-ops before damage dealers create meaningful value. So you want to have your tanks. Without tanks, everything is going to get destroyed. Now, if you're fighting against lower levels, yeah, it don't matter that much, okay? But if you're fighting against your level and above, you definitely want to have some tanks, at least to taunt the enemy or to protect your backline, where is going to be your healers and your main DPSs at the end of the day. Teams without healer lose sustained fights despite strong opening damage. So again, if you don't have healer, heart, and this is something that you're going to notice when you're doing the Tesla Storm, especially the high levels, is, for example, here I don't progress that much because I don't have healer. This is one of the main problems because the moment the Tesla Storm strike one hero 2 times, is the moment where is the moment where one of my heroes dying, and I cannot complete the Tesla Storm with 3 stars, which actually make me angry. So this is one of the most perfect examples I can actually give the Tesla Storm, where you basically need a hero. Now, stronger players build rows first and heroes second. So you want to have, it's something like, for example, for endgame players, it's like you're building your treasure hunt. You know, you want to have. I'm going to right now give you even example what I'm doing right now. I'm going to go at the battle. So the first team I'm having here is having Hercules. It's level 50, but he's healing for over 1000 and something. So I can use him as a tank a little, and I have King Minos. So this is the first composition. It's going to be easy peasy, and it's not going to be even that hard at the end of the day. I'm going to show you some teams and how I built my composition, so you can get inspired, inspired from what I'm having. Okay, this is the second one. I'm going to show you the second team I'm having. This is pure green. Now I use Attila and Herman as a front lines. Herman is a pure tank, very good tank by the way, and Attila is a epic hero, but is having a healing. He can heal himself, which make him very solid. Also is a melee one, so yeah, this is the main reason I actually use him in the front lines. Sometimes, since I have to build many teams, I have to do some stuffs like this, you know, using Attila or Hercules as the front liners. So here we're going to go for this one. I'm going to show you one more team. This is the other team, Otto with Joan of Arc. And here we have Sakigawage as a healer. This is maybe one of the most solid teams I'm currently having. Joan of Arc is going to give some healing. Sakigawage is going to give some healing. Otto is having a shield and taunt. It's just perfect composition. But you know, you cannot actually make a perfect composition everywhere. Here we're having just heroes. Single shooter, this is Bondika. This is AoE damage dealer, Thomas Guzen, and Menesis. It's a hero that are very solid one. Maybe the only epic hero you want to build till level 140. So here, what I have Tutankhamun, and I have Lincoln, Maria Curie, and which other hero I actually have? Yeah, Tiger Lily. Now here is the problem here. Tutankhamun is a hero that is going to die very fast. I know it's a good one for treasure hunt, but his taunt is so fast. So I'm going to even show you what is going to happen when the attack finish here. You're going to see only Tutankhamun HP is going to go down here. If I continue this one, and you're going to see that the HP of Tutankhamun is going down. It's going down always like this, and this don't make me happy, you know. Okay, let's get some extra points here and there. But yeah, this is the team compositions currently that is serving me well. This is veteran 2. It's not an easy one. Maybe I actually forgot to do some fights here, but yeah, I'm at veteran 1. After this, I'm going to go for master 1 or 2. Still, I want to finish the veteran 2 and get all of these possible rewards. For me personally, right now the issue is with the levels, not with team composition. So let's continue. Every team needs 3 core roles. Let's talk about this. What is the 3 core roles every team is needing? Tanks absorb frontline pressure and stabilize enemy targeting patterns. Healers extend fight duration and preserve damage dealer uptime. And AoE attackers punish grouped enemies and accelerate campaigning progression. So this is the 3 main roles in Heroes of History Epic Empire. You want to have a tank, you want to have a healer, and you want to have one AoE damage dealer. Now some people are going to say, okay, but Burgas, for example, we also have a support, we also have manipulators, we also have a single target. A single target I cannot say is going to support you that much. Single target is going to be for the arena, where you want to focus the damage over one hero. But here I have Medusa, absolutely crazy AoE damage dealer. Even though that she's manipulator, still crazy amount of damage she's doing at the range of 3. One of the best heroes I'm having. I have Maria Curie, definitely. Medusa and Maria Curie is the 2 heroes that carry me over the campaigns. From time to time when there is a hero and this hero is very hard to get killed or should be killed fast, I'm actually using a heal. And by using a heal, you know, it's way more easy. From time to time I use Menace when I need towards DPS. If I can go with just King Minos, Hatshepsut, Medusa, Maria Curie and Menace is just going to be the perfect way to go. Sometimes I switch a Hatshepsut with Ashoka. Ashoka is great for single target healing, especially when I go with the single tank. The initial charge and regular charge of this hero is way more faster from the Hatshepsut, and Hatshepsut is having less healing. All the heroes is going to get healing, but less from what the Ashoka can give to a single target, and that's why I actually use Ashoka. Absolutely great thing that I eternalized this bad boy, and this bad boy is saving me till these days. So there is a 3 core roles, guys. Is tank, absorbing the frontline pressure, is healers, extended fight duration and preserve damage dealers, uptime, and AoE attackers. Now random 5-star creates bats a synergy. For sure, random legendary stacking creates overlap battlefield responsibility and efficiently. Multiple selfish damage dealers compete for the same combat row, and again, that's why I don't use that much Robin Hood. That's why I don't use that much Achilles, for example. I actually start using also the Louis IV, even though that he was one of my favorite heroes. But it's just, you have like 5 spots, okay? You have 5 spots. So you have to be careful what you put there. I know you can have a hero that carry you your entire early game, but when you enter in the mid game, just some other heroes maybe is going to be needed there, and your old favorite hero is no longer relevant. This is actually happening to me with the Louis, because Louis was my first epic hero that I get in the game. With Otto, I make crazy synergy. Louis with Otto, with the shields, with the defense increase, all these things. But at the end game, I prefer to use heroes like Abraham Lincoln and not Louis the 14. It is what it is. I mean, this is how the game is working. You have some great heroes for the early game, some great heroes for the mid game, and some great heroes for the late game. And I can say other way around, that Abraham Lincoln is not good for the early game, because his ability is just giving this 3 seconds invisibility. At the early game, you're not going to have that crazy damage in couple seconds happening like in the late game. So, and the other thing is Abraham needs some awakening. 5-time awakening is make him a beast, but before that is not something crazy. So yeah, this is about the heroes and the random 5-star that can actually drop your synergy. Going with 2 supports is not good. Going with 2 tanks sometimes is good, by the way. Sometimes I go with Caesar and I go with Otto. And when the Caesar trigger his ability, initial charge 5.3, the first is going to be auto triggering and doing the taunt for everybody, getting this 1.1k shield from the base damage, and after like 2 seconds is where the Caesar is going to taunt everything, is going to get this invisibility for 3 seconds, and basically get all of the enemies. And then the Otto, after 10 seconds, basically after 6 or 7 seconds, because we also have the Caesar taunt, is going to taunt everybody again with 1.1k shield. So sometimes you can use 2 tanks, you know, in very heavy conditions, just when it makes sense to use 2 tanks. But at the end of the day, every hero is having their roles, so don't put some random heroes, don't put some heroes that just because they have high rarity it is epic or maybe legendary hero. Just because of that, it should not mean that they deserve a spot in your frontline or your team composition. So yeah guys, here I'm going to put one other video that it can be interesting for you. You can go and check it out. Don't forget to hit one like on the video. If you want to support my work directly and get access to my member only videos and my member only streams, you can become a member of this channel. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.